师长。同学，把你们的手机关它装置静音，我们表演课要开始喽。
You got me running, you got me hiding, you got me on how any way you let it go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got me doing what you want me, baby, what you want me to do. Alright, you know, people tend to get real sad or get into some desperation sometimes. But what are we going to do instead of jumping off the building? Now, all you got is rock and roll, baby.
下半场第一组 ，Rock of A 摇滚齐大，演讲者许康君。
I'm rolling up. I'm rolling up. Everyone's got a partner. I'm rolling up. Okay. Now, I know I look kind of stupid in that video, right? Today, I'm going to talk to you about rock and roll. Now, my name is Sean. First, what is rock and roll? Like this? Yes or no? Yes? No? Please say no. Yeah, please say no. That is what I'm talking about. Now, when we talk of rock and roll, we can trace back to the 1950s, and that's when Doris Day, Frank Sinatra, and Nat King Cole dominated the American pop charts. Now, if you don't know who they are, anyone know who they are? I mean, like teachers or parents? Alright, there you go. Now, at the same time in the South, rhythm and blues came of age and soon dominated some pop charts in another part of America. Now, since the artists were all black, they were given the name race music, but the white guys actually loved it. I don't mean anything by painting this heart black, okay? I'm not racist. Now, blues rock plays the biggest role in rock music, and it has its own rule that every musician should follow, and that's the rule. So now you can see, this one is the first chord. We take E as the example, right? This is the fourth, and the fifth. So when we combine them together, we create a Elvis Presley style, like yeah, that's how it is. So let's move on to the next, the 60s. The 60s, songwriting moved beyond just simple love songs. It started including some social consciousness, such as President Kennedy being shot in the head, the Watts riot, and the Vietnam War controversy. And that's when the hippie culture emerged. What is hippie? Well, hippies sought to free themselves from social restrictions, find their own way, find new meanings in life. So I think you all read of Lao Tzu, right? So if you all know about it, you might understand how their mind works. So that's why the band embraced sex and youthful rebellions in their music. And here's a song from the 60s. It is All Along the Watchtower by Bob Dylan. There must be some kind of way out of here. Say the joker to the thief. Yeah, that's basically how it sounds. The time is limited, I can't do all of it. Now, we move on to the 70s and the 80s. We call it the heyday. So, what is heyday? Heyday means the climax, the biggest success of that kind of music. Okay? Now, in that decade, we start from the 70s. The 70s is important because it is a bridge between the hippie culture in the 60s and the yuppie culture that occurred in the 80s. Now again, what is yuppie? Yuppie. It refers to some young professionals that attempt to earn good pays and lead sophisticated urban lives, which means complex city life. Now, in the 80s, a lot of genres has emerged, and I especially want to introduce to you hair bands. Because these male-only bands means they're all men, okay? But they all got long, dramatic hair. They wear makeup. They wear spandex clothing just to create some androgynous look. So it is kind of hard to tell if they're men or women, okay? These are some notable bands. This is Bon Jovi. This is my favorite. Now, Aerosmith, bands like that. So like in that genre, people started using philosophical lyrics. You know, it's got some deeper, it might be deeper than you think, you know. Alright, here's something. They try to use philosophical lyrics to express the message that they're trying to include their listeners. Now, heavier guitar riffs and louder decibels means just louder. It doesn't mean louder. It helps those being upset about the status quo in their country. Here's an example from the 80s. Is One Day Alive Bon Jovi? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm a cowboy. I think someone knows this. Now, we move on to the 90s. We call it the last stage. It's kind of sad. And that's when glam metal artists such as Warrant, oh that's Firehouse, and Warrant, and like Skid Row, bands of these, they experienced their biggest success in the beginning of the 90s. However, their fame soon goes down after 1992. So, bye-bye. Now, however, some bands like Aerosmith and Bon Jovi, they maintained their popularity throughout the entire decade. But how? How did they do that? That's because they reinvent themselves through every new albums that comes out in each year, and they're trying to discover new sounds. That's how they survive. This is an example from the 90s. You guys all know this, I think. I could stay awake just to hear you breathing. I just smile. Yeah. That's Aerosmith. Now, conclusion is rock and roll. The term rock and roll hasn't been changed since it was first used in the 50s. But it is more like a spirit than just a certain type of music. Now we know screaming, that distortion down, and loud drums. We don't need that anymore. That is not necessary to rock and roll. All we need is a heart, right? Rock and roll is a reflection to different generations. It is some place to go when you're helpless. It is some way to express when you got no one to talk to. So whenever you need it, rock and roll will always be there. Thank you for listening.
Come on, eat your Spartaco. How can you eat your guys?
and delicious, since the price are too high.
No. It's very popular among customers, okay? You can often see a bar in front of it at lunchtime.
No kidding, which ice shop?
Ice Monster, don't you know that?
No, what do they have? And why are there so many customers that can accept the expensive ice? The product marketing and customer satisfaction of Ice Monster 从产品行销及消费者满意度分析 Ice Monster 的成功秘籍。演讲者李杰、肖丽琴、卢延玲。Hello, I'm Leo.
I'm Lily.
I'm Jessie. Today we are going to talk about the investigation of product marketing and customer satisfaction.
Later we will play a video about our motivation of investigation, food safety.
There are 5 mistakes that can make food unsafe and cause a foodborne illness. Purchasing food from unsafe sources, poor personal hygiene, cross-contamination, time temperature abuse, and poor cleaning and sanitizing. Let's start with the first mistake, purchasing food from unsafe sources. If there's a problem with food when it's delivered to your operation, there's nothing you can do to make it safe later. Because of this, purchasing food from safe sources is critical. Here's the good news. Usually, this is the manager's responsibility. So let's talk about the mistakes you can do something about. Like the second mistake, poor personal hygiene. Yep, we're going there. Poor personal hygiene occurs when you're transferring pathogens from your body to the food. There are several ways this can happen. One of the most basic is when you touch your body and then touch food. Sounds straightforward, right? But poor personal hygiene is the most common cause of foodborne illness outbreaks in restaurants and food service operations. It's the food service industry's version of only you can prevent wildfires. Only you can prevent foodborne illness by practicing good personal hygiene. Cross-contamination is another practice that can make food unsafe. This is when pathogens are transferred from one food to another, like when raw chicken is allowed to touch food that is ready to eat. Say hello to salmonella. Cross-contamination can also happen when one surface touches another, and pathogens are transferred to that surface. Another problem is time temperature abuse. This is when food is allowed to stay too long at temperatures that are good for pathogen growth. You know, like that milk carton you forgot to put in the fridge before going to bed that one time. And finally, the last mistake people make is poor cleaning and sanitizing. When surfaces that touch food are not cleaned correctly, pathogens can be transferred to food. Starting to wonder why we don't get sick from foodborne illnesses more often? Don't worry. It may seem like there are lots of ways to make food unsafe, but once you understand what the dangers are, it's easy to avoid them.
Hello, what can I get for you today?
Can you please introduce all the products you have?
We have shake snow, shake ice, sorbets, whistle, and refreshments.
What would you recommend?
Shake ice with mango is our recommended product as well as our best seller. I guess you'll like it.
Why mango?
Since the weather in Taiwan is suitable for planting mangoes, it's cheaper to get high quality mangoes.
Okay, I'll like shaved ice with mango then.
I like red bean soup.
Why don't eat shaved ice on such a hot day?
I'm kind of ill, so I need to have hot soup.
Okay, so there are 1 shaved ice with mango and red bean soup.
Hey, the air conditioner and the clean environment make me feel comfortable in hot summer. Oh, and the internet says the fruits they use are all seasonal and fresh.
Seriously? But I can't eat shaved ice since I'm sick.
Oh.
Here are your shaved ice with mango and red bean soup.
Oh, shaved ice with mango is so delicious.
So is red bean soup. I must try the shaved ice when I come here next time.
For sure, ice products are the best sellers. Only those who frequently catch a cold like you will have hot meals.
Who says that? There are people who order hot meals in winter too, okay?
Your total is gonna be $310 NT.
That's so expensive. Don't you count consider lowering the price?
I'm sorry, because we insist on providing our customers with the highest quality of food, the cost will be higher. However, we have lowered the cost by electrification, 电气化, in order to lower the price.
Then do you have any discount offers?
Yes, we do, and we welcome you to visit our store where we have special offers, so that you can spend less money.
What? You only have 2 branches in Taiwan. There are lots of ice shops. How do you compete with them? Besides, customers are not likely to purchase unnecessary items because everything is so expensive now.
Not only in Taiwan, we also have a lot of branches in China and Japan. And we are given high evaluation from customers too, which bring more people to visit our stores. In that case, we can attract new customers and not to be eliminated.
And I just discovered there are lots of news, reports, and reviews written by bloggers that are related to your brand.
We also cooperate with tourism.
No wonder there are so many customers here.
We also have official website and Facebook. You can get more latest information or contact us through them. If you have some other suggestions, you are welcome to send us feedback online.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you for coming. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. A brief discussion about time paradox. 以电影《超时空拦截》延伸并浅谈时间悖论。演讲者张玉维、关静。
Hi, I'm James. I'm Winston. Today we are going to share with you what we have found in our research related to time traveling. Have you ever thought about time traveling? Actually, it's not as easy as you think. Time travel may affect some incident that should or shouldn't happen. What worse, it may cause a time paradox. So, what is time paradox? It's an example about paradox. The statement below is true. The statement above is false. Interesting, isn't it? Normally, a paradox is made out of 2 statements. Both statements are logical as an individual. But when we discuss them together, they contradict each other. A time paradox is a contradiction about the impact on timeline.
In the movie Predestination, the characters change their life because of time traveling. In the film, there are 4 main characters: the bartender, Jane, John, and the bomber. And the weird thing is, they are all the same person. You're all confused, right? Don't worry, we'll try our best to explain. First, let's talk about Jane first. She was an orphan and grew up in an orphanage. After she grew up, she fell in love with John, which is the same person. We will explain later, I promise, we will explain. And later, Jane got pregnant, but John disappeared. During the childbirth, Jane's life was in danger. And the doctor discovered that Jane had two reproductive systems, which is 生殖系统. So, to save Jane's life, the doctor had no choice but to transfer Jane into a man. So, and Jane changed her name into John too. What's worse, her baby was stolen. So, now it's John's part. After Jane transferred into a man and changed her name into John, so he's a man now. So, he met a bartender in a bar one day. The bartender was a time agent who could travel through time. And he brought John to the past. After returning to the past, John met Jane and fell in love with her, which is the same person. So that's why Jane could fall in love with John at that time. So John thought he could live happily with Jane forever like those things in fairy tales. But one day, the bartender appeared again and asked John to leave his time space and become an agent of time rule, which is 成为时空局的探员. Yeah, very, as no as. Yeah. So after becoming a time agent, John's mission was to stop a bomber who could time travel too, which is the same person. Yeah. During the mission, John's face was severely injured, so after a surgery, his appearance became just like bartenders, and he became the bartender.
And now it's bartender's part. After John became a bartender, he went to the past and brought John to the past. Then he time traveled again. He stole John's baby and put it into an orphanage, which was the one John lived in. After that, bartender went to the future and retired. One day, he found a bomber and killed him. But the bartender had mental illness. He became a bomber at last. At last, the bomber returned to the past and tried to explode a bomb in the apartment, therefore harmed John's face, which was his own face. And that's all. We had tried our best. Now, question time. Where does Jane come from? Think. Oh my god, a paradox. Now, we know you're all brain farty, but don't worry, let your brain take a break. It's time to move your fingers. Now, please take out a long slip of paper.
As for the parents and the teachers, please take the paper that's in front of your seats.
First, read one side of double-sided tape. Second, twist one side to stick to the other side.
Does everyone have a problem?
Okay, this is a Mobius pen, which called 莫比乌斯环 in Chinese. Now, press your finger on it and pull it. You will discover it can pass through both sides and it never ends. Mobius pen has neither starting point nor end point. It works as the same way with the timeline of movie.
And now, it's time to talk about time paradox. Are you guys ready? No? If you're not, you have no choice because we have about only 3 minutes left. So let's go on. As we said before, a time paradox is a contradiction about the adventure of timeline. And the most famous example is the grandfather paradox. So, what is the grandfather paradox? Let's suppose there's a man called A. One day, A went to the past and killed his grandmother. So, if A's grandfather was killed, okay, his son, which is A's father, would they exist? If A's father wasn't born, A shouldn't exist too. So here comes the problem. If A doesn't exist, who killed A's grandfather? Think. Oh my god.
Paradox.
So, to solve this problem, scientists have came up with two main theories, which is the predestination paradox and the multiverse. After our discussion, we have separated the predestination paradox into two forms.
The first form we call it established future. That is, whoever attempts to return to the past and change the past will be failed eventually. No matter how hard he or she tries, the past will not be changed. So there are events that are going to happen in the future.
For example, this is A, and this is A's grandfather. And one day, A wanted to kill his grandfather. So he went back to the past by a time machine, like that. After returning to the past, he found his young grandfather. But he might fought by a car, or he might be arrested by police. No matter how A tried, he couldn't kill his grandfather. So that's established future.
And the second form we call it transformed future. That is, everything in present is a result of interference of time travel.
For example, in the present, A's grandfather is an evil man because when he was young, he killed a guy that made him evil. So A wanted to kill his grandfather, so he went back to the past and found his young grandfather. His grandfather tried to defend, and after a conflict, he killed A accidentally and he became evil. So the guy who was killed by A's grandfather when he was young is A himself. So the time travel affected the whole timeline. That's the transformed future.
Multiverse theory's main idea is, our universe is not the only universe. There are infinity parallel universes, and each universe leads to a different situation. Take it for example. When A returned to the past and killed his grandfather successfully, after his homicide, he back to the present, his grandfather is still alive. That's because when A tried to return to the past, he got to another parallel universe that A didn't exist. A did kill his grandfather, but not the one in his universe, but the one in a universe that A didn't exist.
In the future, we will discuss the relating issues more thoroughly and can come up with the corresponding explanations. High-dimensional world is a fascinating world. We hope we can let you have a basic concept about time paradox and be interested to the relating issues. So, that's all of our research. Thank you for listening.
Hey, what are you reading?
Some novels.
What kind of novel?
It's called 仙侠.
What's that?
Wait, don't you know?
I don't think so.
Have a seat. Introduce me.
Fine. 第四题，仙侠，非仙亦仙，演讲者辜玉祥。
Hi, I'm Edward. Most of us might hear Xinsha from television or video games, but what is it and what does it mean? Today, this is a topic that I'm going to talk about today. In the beginning, nobody called it Xinsha until Qing Dynasty. The word Xinsha showed up. And what does 仙侠 mean? The word means deities and errands, 仙人与侠士。仙侠 of soul, poison, 道教教义。And especially Zhuangzi's word. The earliest 仙侠 can be traced back to ancient China, like 女娲 and 盘古。And in 1930, the first modern 仙侠 novel showed up on newspaper. Unfortunately, this novel was never completed. Due to a Chinese civil war, the writers had no choice but to start writing. And after that, Taiwan started the martial law era that caused the lack of 仙侠 novel. Before 2000, due to the invasion of foreign culture, the position of 仙侠 was sharp radically. And in 2005, some writers wanted to go back to tradition. They put more emphasis on Taoism. In 2009, writers changed the whole setting. Now, the story can be compared to a pyramid. As the character climb up, the more difficult he faced. By 2010, 仙侠 had slowly fallen down. The reason why it could keep this long was that every time when 仙侠 was about to went down, something new appeared, a new story, a new element. But after all, it seems that the character had run out of creativity. Why 仙侠 showed up in the modern age? I believe everyone knows the Renaissance, right? The Renaissance, in Chinese we call it 文艺复兴. The main focus of Renaissance is to seek a physical sentiment from the literature. Now, what is a physical sentiment? In Chinese, we call it 民族情感. As the technology advanced, people look back in history, try to find something that can symbolize their physical sentiment. In the end, they discover 仙侠. In modern society, people live a busy life. People need to ease their stress through a way, and 仙侠 just fulfill their need. In the end, let's talk about why 仙侠 went down. In order to write a good 仙侠 novel, you need not only a good story, but also a nice literature training. Everyone knows the standard, but not everyone can achieve it. What comes out just an imitation of popular novels. Because all of this, 仙侠 is slowly forgotten. Earlier day, people wrote 仙侠 because they look forward to things they didn't understand. In modern age, people write 仙侠 because they want to express their thought and their feelings, but now more people regard it as a tool to earn extra money. Whereas all the meaning behind it is all gone. Thank you for listening.
Don't stop the video just like that.
Oh, the male character is so cute and adorable. His name is as the red coral, as in the darkest night.
Oh, but his girlfriend is lovely too.
I know that, but it's the climax of the episode. The way you stop the video just break the atmosphere.
I just stopped it at the very right time. It's a close-up shot of the actor.
Oh my god. You focus more on the plot and stop fangirling.
Okay, but he's really handsome, don't you think so?
Oh, it's not bad. But can we just watch the video?
Fine. But what is you don't say that we are talking about?
I think we will know that if we just keep watching the video.
of the Udoli Seta》同日剧《分封世代又如何》分析日本社会。演讲者周鼎福、蔡雅安。
Hello everyone, I'm India. I'm Joyce. We are so happy to be here to share you with a great TV drama. Let me ask you, what do you do in your free time? How do you relax?
I'm sure that watching TV dramas is a good way. How do you like Japanese dramas? You must have heard of some very popular drama series, such as 家长情人梦、患者之树、月薪娇妻. And today we are going to talk about this one. We are millennials, got a problem. 宽松世代又如何?
Last semester we watched the drama together. We became interested in it because some friends kept recommending the drama. But what inspired us to study it in depth is the problems and difficulties that Japanese young generation are facing.
The story is about three men who are all born in 1987. They are called Yudoi Sedai, Kwanzong Shidai, or loose education. They were faced with many conflicts both in the work field and family, but they eventually overcame those clashes. The conflicts they encountered was mostly because of the greatly different values. Some old values and conventions are questioned. For example, the traditional role of men and women and work ethics are changing and not the same as the older generation believed them to be.
Now, let us introduce the basic information about the characters. First, this guy is called Sakama, who is an ordinary white collar in the company. He's handsome, by the way.
Second, this is Yamaji, who is a primary school teacher. And he acts cowardly most of the time, and he's always laughed at by his students and staff.
Third, this man, Ishigami, has no decent job and is always goofy around. This woman, Miyashita, is a girlfriend of Sakama. However, she is more capable than her lover. She is having trouble deciding whether to pursue her career advancement or go back home to be an ordinary housewife.
The middle-aged man here, he looks strange, right? He also has a weird job called Redman, 叔叔大叔. And what's that? We'll explain later.
So their relationship look like this. And they all belong to the Yudoli Seda, 宽松世代, except this one. What is that, you may ask? In the past, students were under a lot of pressure. So many committed suicide and suffered a lot. The entrance exam is breaking us crazy.
In order to solve these problems, scholars began talking about education reform, 教改. So they shortened school hours to make more easier and less tedious. For example, in order to make math easier, they divided 3.14 to 3.
So everybody must be happy, right? Less homework, less school hours, sounds like heaven. But when the result of the PISA and international assessment came out, everyone was surprised because it has dropped considerably. Due to the poor academic performance, all the people call this generation the Yudoli Seda, 宽松世代. In Chinese, it's just like 草莓族. Now, they have made more adjustments and reforms. So the three men in the drama are the Yudoli Seda.
So let's talk about another topic. Men are expected to work hard and take up the financial responsibility, and the concept that men should not cry result in a heavy stress and even cause suicide.
Meanwhile, women belong at home. So they quit their job after getting married and perhaps stay at home and take care of their children. Do you agree? Do you want to quit your job after you get married and be a full-time housewife?
Yes? No? Well, in Japan, many young women even dream to be housewives. Find a man, got married, and then be a housewife. But Yudoi Sedai have begun to question this practice.
The traditional Japan employees used to agree to a kind of consensus on their working attitudes, such as the cooperation, dedication, and the diligence.
However, the Yudoi Sedai, 宽松世代, are known to practice individualism, 个人主义, so they are looked upon as loose, irresponsible, and unmotivated.
Even though the society blamed everything to the Yudoli education, we found that economy bubble bursts may be responsible for this. If hard work doesn't equal good pay and security for the future, why should we bother to devote all their time to the company? Also, if working for another company ensures better pay and more opportunities, they usually say that will not hesitate to make a switch. This is a big challenge to break away from tradition. Also, we found that the drama introduced a recently appeared job called Redman, 猪猪大叔 sounds weird. It's actually illegal and costly job. Redman earn money by listening attentively to others. The beginner of Redman is Nishimoto, a university lecturer. One day, he was on the subway and heard a senior high school girl say that middle-aged men are disgusting. After that, he wanted to change the image of middle-aged men. He established a website that middle-aged men offer their service as a listener. What do we learn from the story? The senior high school girl powerful? Very funny. To be a rentman, you have to give a complete portfolio of yourself on a website, and clients will decide who to talk to. The reason why rentmen are so popular may be that the younger generation are used to 3C products and interacting with strangers online. You may be amazed at what we can learn from a drama series. In this one, we know there is a tremendous social transformation take place in Japan, including men and women roles in the society, the work ethics, and even the way people connect. Men work through the work ethics and the connection between people. By watching TV dramas, we not only are entertained, but also have gained some new knowledge. By analyzing it, we know how to observe things more closely and get to the bottom of things. So, what are we waiting for? Enjoy the drama and explore the world. Thank you for listening.
，Sorry for keeping you for so long.
You must be tired after watching so many presentations, right? But you don't want to miss out. Because in our presentation, you'll probably see some popular faces you like. For example, do you know who they are?
Twice! Right, they're Twice. They're probably the most popular girls group in Taiwan right now, thanks to the Taiwanese member Liu. But how did they gain everyone's preference and attention so quickly? We will reveal these secrets to you right now.
This is the most vigorous name is Scott. That is made evolved from a Korean duty-free store color cake, which is also the store Titan XO has been about in the commercial playing now.
Right, K trend is everywhere. For example, a lot of people now love Korean food. A lot of people now eat kimchi, Korean barbecue, and Korean fried chicken.
Not only food but also drama and beauty products around us. K-drama being played on national TV channels, and K-pop idols coming to Taiwan for concerts and fan meetings.
That's why we became curious about how K-trends are affecting us as high schoolers, especially on our aesthetic standards, 也就是审美观的意思。
We all know Korea is known for cosmetic surgeries and K-beauty. More and more K-beauty and K-fashion brands being introduced, and are so successful. According to a survey in 2016, 80% of the most growing brands in the beauty market are from Korea. That is, the rapid spread of Korean beauty and entertainment industry is worldwide.
Have you seen anything like this video before? Similar to this commercial, there are lots of smart strategies that Korean beauty industry use to gain the fast success. For example, this is an example of Korean celebrity endorsements. Stars and artists film commercials and shoot ads for the brand or the products, 也就是我们所说的代言。
Let's talk about the active usage of social media. You all have accounts for Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter, right?
I don't think Taiwanese use Twitter a lot.
Shut up. Anyway, that's why the brands use social media sites to promote their product overseas. Also, K-pop idols post pictures of the gifts they got from fashion brands on their Instagram, which helps promote their products. This is a win-win situation for both the company and artists.
Another smart strategy Korean beauty industry use is designing all kinds of brands with different concepts and aiming at customers of all ages. For example, Etude House attract teenage girls from their pink packaging because girls go crazy when they see pink.
雪花秀 uses typical Korean ingredients such as raisin and green tea to gain a lot of attention from recent buyers. And Innisfree utilize natural ingredients as their unique selling point.
To understand how high school, and it is just so hard not to buy something when it is buy one get one free, or if it is prettily wrapped as a gift, right?
You're so right. Cosmetic brands often cooperate with cartoon and comic artists to launch products jointly. If they are cute, we may even consider collecting it. In this way, they successfully increase their sales.
To understand how high schoolers are affected by the K-trend, we designed a questionnaire. In the first part, we asked the subjects whether they watch K-drama or whether they love K-pop, and if they spend money on Korean products.
Yes, and the result is yes. Teenagers are greatly influenced by the Korean wave.
Now, let's take a look at these 3 pictures. We'll do a quick mini survey.
Those who like the style of picture A, please raise your hand. Picture B.
Stop fooling around.
Picture C.
Can we do picture B again? Picture B, please raise your hand. We'll ignore Ozone. Okay, so the results are quite similar to what we got from our questionnaire. As you can see, picture A is actually Korean style, while picture B is Western style, and picture C is Japanese style. So we can clearly see that the fashion style that high schoolers in Taiwan love the most is K-fashion.
The result from our questionnaire shows that teenagers like Korean style data on women's clothes. Since women mostly watch dramas and men focus on daily information on their smartphone, maybe that's why females are more easily influenced by K-wave on styling.
While men didn't show that much preference, but we can also see that Korean style has the highest percentage.
Well, asking about how they like different styles of makeup, we found out that Korean style is liked by most people. We can conclude that Korean style has become a majority style of makeup.
When it comes to cosmetics products, we ask girls to choose the makeup product they want the most. And it turned out that they wanted Korean foundation and Korean lipsticks the most.
And it's mainly because these products are endorsed by celebrities. Young girls like us use social media on a daily basis, so ads, commercials, and endorsements affect us a lot.
We can say that Korean companies are really smart to use these very effective strategies, and that K-trend has a big impact on us.
Either consciously or unconsciously, Korean web has influenced us in one way or another.
However, while we strive to look like these superstars, we should be careful to understand our own uniqueness and individuality. By enhancing aesthetics education, we can avoid us to follow fashion trends like K-trend blindly, and no need to copy all the time. You are beautiful as you are.
Thank you for listening.
报道到这里已经结束。
嗨，各位，我们是年中班，谢谢今天所有到场支持我们的师长还有同学们，希望大家都还喜欢我们今天的表现。Stop Motion 是我们英资班最后一个成果发表了。我们知道这个活动真的不是办得那么好，可是这一年来借由协调让我们学到了很多，在办这个活动的过程当中，更是有许多珍贵的回忆，不管是好是坏。我相信都会促使我们成长为一个更好、更成熟的人，而且这些回忆也都会长存在我们的心中。还有，最后就是特别感谢我们的全日老师，还有周华老师以及雅萍老师。如果没有老师们的帮助跟指导，今天的这一切都会驻足于几个月前的一片空白。所以，谢谢你们，还有那些借课给我们的老师，跟一路以来所有人的支持跟帮助，区区言语绝对不足以表达我们的感激。最后，西松高中第12届英语自由班成果发表 ，Stop Motion 就此落幕，谢谢大家。
结束。 束，现在有急事的人可以先行离场。我们等一下有趣的 NG 片段，有兴趣的也可以留下来看。
我想看NG 片段，后面可以走。
I'm broke. I spent too much money on Chinese concert. Did you pay?